Coach Bruder, you're getting ready to get set to begin your 2011 season. This year, you have to replace 7 seniors. Got a lot of new kids on the team. Talk about your expectations as you start the season, also against a couple of very good opponents this weekend.
Absolutely. You know, when we started this year losing 7 seniors, we had to replace a lot, not only leadership, but talent, starters, and a couple role players. So out of those 7 seniors, 5 of them were starters. So we worked a lot on our pitching and our catching. We lost our number 1, our number 2, lost our starting catcher, lost a starting center fielder, a starting DP, and a first baseman. So we lost a lot there in a short period of time, 1 year. So we've worked very, very hard, very diligent about replacing some of our kids. I'm excited about what's to come. I think we've come a long way since fall. I'm excited. We are tested early, playing Georgia State, Syracuse. They're both 34, 35 win a game, season teams. So it's going to be very challenging for us. They're both powerful teams. They're both speedy teams. So I think we're going to get challenged. We're going to get challenged early, right away in our first tournament, and we'll see how it goes.
Talk about your pitching a little bit. Obviously losing an Alex Jeffrey, All-American pitcher, and also Sarah Funston, who turned out to be a pretty good pitcher at the end of her career. But you've got, I think, maybe, if you will, a little more depth, a few more pitchers on the roster than you've had. Talk about how the pitching will shape up. Also, you've got a new pitching coach this year that will bring her style of coaching.
Exactly. Alex Jeffrey, I mean, she was something here. In her time, she will be a legend here. She's got the strikeout records, innings pitched record. She's got almost every accolade that Morehead State has here. So I don't think you're replacing Alex Jeffrey. I think you get in kids, and hopefully they can make it their own. Sarah Funston turned out to be a great relief for us. Turned out to be a starter at some games. So those 2 girls, I don't think you can replace them. I don't think that's fair to hold that expectation onto my new class. We brought in 3 new pitchers, 2 of them JUCOs, one playing at a great junior college in California, playing some tough hitters out on the West Coast. We got another kid who was in the top 10 in ERA, just almost every stat. She ended up the top 10 in the nation in JUCOs. So I think those 2 are going to be key for us, both of those pitchers. We also have a freshman we brought in who has got a very unique style, offsets the other 2 very, very well. And we have our only returner, Ashley Boyd, and she's a true junior for us. She didn't get a whole lot of innings under Alex and Sarah, but I think she's been with us long enough to understand what the competition is like, what the OVC has to bring, and I think that knowledge will help her out. So I'm looking forward to it. Our pitching coach, Jordan McPherson, is new. I'm thrilled to have her. She spent a lot of time and a lot of effort bringing in her style, like you said. We're excited to have her. She's a workhorse. She not only has the talent personally, but I think she's going to be a great coach someday. She's a nice young coach for us right now.
Let's move to the infield. A couple of returnees on the infield, including some all-conference players at the corners. Talk about how your infield will shape up this year.
Last year was 7 seniors. We started 4 freshmen. That's a great compliment to, I think, the type of kids we're getting in here at Morehead State. Great recruiting class. I think it's also a testament to their hard work. We started 4 freshmen. One of those is now a sophomore, Kayla Ashbrook at shortstop. In my opinion, she's one of the best in the conference. Very quick hands, very smooth. She led Morehead State in offense last year, so I think she's going to be a great player for us. Amber Riddle's another kid we got to talk about. She was the first ever Morehead State Freshman of the Year for our conference. That's a huge accolade. That kid's a flat-out hitter. She's got heavy hands. She's a big hitter. She's going to give some RBIs for this team. Nice, solid player and a nice defensive player. We also have Elizabeth Wagner, and I know her stats didn't show last year, but she's a great outfielder for us this year. She's going to be our leader in our outfield this year. Right now, she's going to be starting in center field. She's going to have more responsibilities. We have Anna Summer, and I'm not sure where she fits in. She's the best defensive player we have on the team. You can put her at short, you can put her at second, you can put her in the outfield. So those 4 returners I'm thrilled about. The biggest returner we have right now is third baseman Rebecca Butler. She's our only true senior right now. She's the biggest hitter. She's a home run leader at Morehead State, and I think her success in the offense will continue. I think she's a true senior and a true leader on this team.
Okay, talk a little bit. You mentioned you hit on the outfield a little bit with Elizabeth Wagner, but also a couple of returnees in the outfield. Maybe some change of positions for some folks. Talk about the strengths and weaknesses for your outfield this year.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, one of our weaknesses the last few seasons has been our outfield. Our outfield has been very good defensively, and then they struggle hitting. And then other times I put three more girls out there. They're great offensively, and defensively they're shaky. So this year, to be honest, for the first time in 4 years, I can honestly say I think our defense in the outfield is solid. Losing Courtney Seiler, the kid had a gun. She covered a lot of ground very quick. I'm all about quick outfielders. So we're going to have Kayla Burrow, who saw a little bit of time in the outfield. She's going to be our right fielder starting the first game. And we're going to have a new left fielder. She's played a lot. Her freshman year was on the all-freshman team. She's reinvented herself, worked very, very hard on establishing a solid defense and a solid bat. That'll be Sam Woodall. And then we mentioned Elizabeth Wagner out in center. So I think we have some speed, some hitting, and some defense this year.
Coach, as you look at the OVC this year, it's probably a little too early to tell, but what can you tell us about how the OVC is looking to shape up this year?
You know, the OVC, in my opinion, I don't think gets a lot of credit softball-wise. I think in basketball, I think they're starting to make their mark with Murray State and Moorhead State coming out and winning some games postseason. And I'd say softball's the same. 2 years ago, Jacksonville State got our first ever at-large bid. And that's from the OVC, and we were ecstatic. Go down there and play Alabama and fared pretty well with them. Knocked off the University of Tennessee at their place in Knoxville. So I think the OVC's come a long way. The OVC has some very, very talented teams. I would say our biggest strength in the OVC is our hitting. Our top 3 or 4 opponents, Jacksonville State, UT Martin, Tennessee Tech, just to name 3, have some big hitters. Our defense is average, if above average. Our pitching is above average, but our hitters just knock it out of the park. And I think that's very, very hard to go up against. Our pitchers are focusing on each pitch. I think it's a very, very challenging having that many tough hitters in our conference. So Jacksonville State's going to be tough. Tennessee Tech, they're always tough. And we have a lot of new teams in the conference. SIUE was a very strong Division II school. Murray State made the conference tournament for the first time in history. So we have, I'd say, 1 through 11. Our top 6, 7 are very, very strong, and our bottom 4 or 5 are still strong, but maybe not as good as the top 4 or 5.
Coach, good luck this weekend. Good luck during the season. We'll talk with you during the year.
Thank you much.